So some major breaking news in this whole Diddy-ish, man. The story just keeps on keeping on, if you will, man. But we're going to get into the other side of it. Everyone's talking about Tupac is smiling down and the soul of Biggie Smalls as well. R.I.P. to both the late greats. And at the end of the day, this is just what you get when you're a greaseball, sleazy sack of ish and you treat people foul.
Goals, I'm getting it. It's your bombs. Yo, man, yo, how 50 get? Blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this self doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right? Whether it's NBAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. So they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on the go. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 some hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He can do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get that. Yo, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point of stupidity. Trust me.
So if y'all ain't seen the clip already, man, Roger Bonds, you see people in the comments talking about, yo, he's always solid. You know what I'm saying? Always kept it up. Stack, always did his job to the fullest. And things is getting messy now when people are coming at him, right? It's not like he said, well, let me just get extra messy and hop on the internet, tap into the blogosphere and tell it all. No, everyone's wanting to know what's really good and hitting them up behind this docu-series, which I haven't seen it. Again, comment everyone if you have. Shout out Jimbo. He was in the live earlier. We had a great little live, you know what I mean? Shout out Cowboy Baby Yoda as well, tapping in. Herb Dizzle, a bunch of people, man. It was lit. But Jimbo was talking about he was underwhelmed by the docu-series. I still ain't seen it, but at the end of the day, right, people wanted to know about Bonds. Like, hey, you worked for Diddy. You were head of security. How is all this out here? And we're seeing all this legal back and forth about Diddy's attorneys talking about, yo, this is a legal cease and desist. And the attorneys acting on behalf of 50 Cent, Netflix, and the others involved. Fifth just executive produced that jump off, but he did play a hand in it, as we know, and as the story is unraveled more and more over time. 50 Cent been known Diddy was on some weirdo type time, and he ain't like the way he came at him all soft and tender, pause, and some of the other ish that was leaking out, you know, some of the freak off stuff was leaking out, and Fifth just was like, damn, Diddy was really good with all this, get your ish together. And Diddy was just a cold mess out here running around de-rugged up. And you heard what Bond said and what those attorneys clapping back on behalf of Netflix 50 Cent docu-series said. No, this was obtained legally. This is just a maneuver that they're just trying to shut this down because they don't want the truth out there. Diddy, his legal team and all that. And despite how you feel about the case, right, Diddy didn't treat people right. You heard him talking about he just wanted inexperienced videographers. Just like, what was that guy's name that was suing Diddy a little while back? Rod something or whatever, who was saying Diddy and what's his name, Stevie J tried to groom him and all that, and some of the stuff that he was saying got debunked or whatever, but he was trying to get his bag, and they were calling him just a cloud chasing, money grubbing son of a bitch. He did a lot of production on the one project, and was like, oh man, this is it, shit's lit for me now. I'm about to get leveled up in the industry and I'm about to get paid like I weighed and my career's about to go up. But Diddy didn't file and didn't pay him right. And that's what we're seeing here. He jerked the videographers, and Curtis 50 Cent, who does good business, swooped in and got the footage. I mean, in fifth, you see saying, now you know how it goes, man. All the people commenting like Pac, Big is smiling down. You know what I mean? When you just are a sleazeball sack of ish and you treat people foul, people ain't fucking with you and they gotta get back. You took advantage. You're already up, caked up and everything. And instead of putting other people on and letting things level up for them, right? You wanna take and be all in the video dancing, be all on the track, take that, pause, right? I mean, come on, man. When it's all about an individual in themselves and being narcissistic, it's just clearly what it is. And it's like 50 Cent and Bond speaking out over social network with this big break are letting everyone know what it is. You know what I mean? Again, feel how you feel about the case, and if you think he was on wicketry or he was on weirdo type timing, leave it in the comments below. But aside from that, man, just doing bad business, jerking people on their publishing and then making a big spectacle of it when you give the publishing back. Just a couple years ago, y'all remember that when the publishing wasn't worth a damn thing anymore. Mark Curry let the world know that. But Puff really is always trying to manipulate everything to make himself look like a good guy, and that's something else that I covered in a video on my other channel. I'll link it in the comments. Make sure to go subscribe over there as well. I haven't watched the docu-series yet, but a former business partner of Diddy revealed that back when Biggie died, that epic funeral that we all saw, he set that all up to make it look like he was giving him a proper send-off. When he realized what that invoice was like, what that bill was looking like, just like he was talking about with the videographers, and he was like, man, fuck that, I ain't trying to pay. Not only did he not pay, he put the invoice on the Biggie estate. You know what I mean? We heard Valletta Wallace talk about it a year ago when all this noise started coming out about this case, how she hated Diddy and wanted to slap the fuck out of him because he pulled the wool over her eyes and devilishly, deceitfully manipulated her and really made her feel like he was a good dude and he had Big's best interests at heart, and it was all cap. And she did not like that Puff got over on her because she was never believing all the cap and the things people were seeing. And something else that is wild is allegedly, reportedly, he did some shady ish with Big's contract. I don't know if it's after he died or whatever, but it sounds like he even did some illegal stuff, changing some of the fine print in the contract. And I mean, we've seen this over and over again. All the artists that were signed to him did all kinds of foul and not being righteously set up like they were supposed to be. And you know, this is just what it is, man. When you treat people foul, you do bad business. People remember that, right? Just like this karmic universe clapping back seemingly against Diddy. People are happy to tell their truth and say, hey, fuck you, man. You didn't pay me. I got to get paid. And the world needs to know what a greasy, grimy motherfucker you are, man. And at the end of the day, leave it in the comments. Share your thoughts. Let me know if you know real people like that in real life. I know plenty of them, man. You know, they always want to cry, play victim and everything, but they habitually use and manipulate people. But how dare it happen to them? You know what I mean? So, pretty interesting break in this news story. Subscribe to the channel. Let's talk. Catch you on the next one. It's Coffee, talking music, news, sports, and more. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.